Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 16 of our Transport Fever 2 Let's Play. If you guys are new to the channel, definitely check out some of the older videos in the series. And if you're enjoying the series thus far, I would love it if you would like and comment, let me know how I'm doing, and subscribe to the channel for more videos. So just without further ado, we'll hop into episode 16 here. We are taking a look at the tram line down here at Chatham. And the reason that we're taking a look at it is that it's one of the things that I did off screen. I went in and switched out all of our tram lines for these new trams, the Mirage. It's got a bit better capacity, it goes a bit faster, and it's got a much better loading speed. And then I actually gave Chatham 2 more trams onto this line just because they're having a pretty big build-up here down at this station of passengers. So just to kind of get into this episode, some of the things that we wanted to do. Traffic is going to be a pretty big focus. One of the other things I did was I finally switched out this last steam train for diesel. So now all freight should be diesel and all passengers should be electric at this point. But back to what I was saying. So traffic is going to be a major thing that we're going to look at today. So like down here at Sturbridge, we're seeing a ton of traffic here at Sutton. One thing that I didn't think of when I connected this up to deliver tools is that this is now a major connection for ground transportation between the two cities. But a couple quick things that I want to do right off the bat. One thing is update some of these lines. So if we go into our planes, and we go into passenger, we're currently using these Boeing 737-100s. We've also got these Aerospace 146. They go about the same speed, but they don't have the same loading, and truthfully, just not as good of a plane as the 737. But these 757s are awesome. They're probably overkill. But I don't really mind, so we're going to swap these out. Again, probably overkill for what these lines need, but I think it's going to be cool. And I'm just curious, yes, we can add a second runway. Awesome. So let's go down here to this airfield. And we definitely want to add a second runway. And this adds a second taxiway, so we could add more buildings on. That's interesting. Yeah, maybe we'll do that at some point. But for now, that's good. This is what we want. We do want our landing here. I'm just going to pause it real quick because I want to flip this around. Just so that we get the matching longer lights. And now I actually need to come in here and clear out more of this vegetation for this runway. So we'll go ahead, we'll clear all this out to give these planes plenty of space to land. And I might even come in here and just smooth that out a little bit. Great. So now if we come in here, yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of passengers waiting to take some of these planes. So this will be, that should work. That should work really well. Okay, cool. So now that we've upgraded the passenger planes, I wanted to come in here and also upgrade these cargo planes. And I'm actually going to rename this. So this is going to be a plane route, and I'm just going to call it Machines, Goods, Tools, because that's what it's moving. Giving it the destination isn't really applicable anymore. So we got these Boeing 757 cargo, and these I think are the best cargo aircraft that you can get in the game. They're fast, they have huge capacity. They're going to be able to move, a ton of cargo. And I just think that these will be super effective for what we want to do. So you can see this is going to take a full load of machines, head off. And then before we get into the traffic, which again is kind of our focus here, I wanted to do one more quick thing, and that is expand this port. And it will probably become pretty obvious why I want to do this once I actually do it, you know, kind of explain it. We currently have tools manufacturing right across the waterway, but they're not actually being delivered anywhere. So I figured that this would be a perfect opportunity to remedy that, because Colchester, which is right nearby, needs tools. So by digging out this port and expanding the capacity here, that's going to allow us to deliver some tools over to Colchester and get that tools manufacturing actually up and running. So if we come in here with one platform, I spin this around, we get that right about there, configure it really quick. There's a little collision here. I'm just going to take that out. I'm going to try this one more time. So if we put our street in, we want it to be nice and straight. And now we come in here. Great. And now I want to add a couple of these extra storage sheds on here, just because these ships that we're going to have delivering tools have really high capacity. And interestingly enough, this is now the second time that I'm recording this episode, because I had some corruption issues with the files when I recorded it earlier today. I actually kind of like that cliff. But what I'm saying is that I actually realized earlier today that this issue would occur, which is why I'm saying that I have an idea that we're gonna need to buffer that storage. So after Colchester, I want them to come up through here and into this port. I want them to use the second, and then I want them to cut back through there. Okay, and now this is going to be Reapem, Colchester, Timber, and Tools. Yes, that works. And now we're actually going to come onto this line here, and I'm going to switch these out for axle Ps. They're faster, they have higher capacity, they're just better ships overall. And this guy's cutting it really close to that edge, but he knows what he's doing, I guess. And if we come in here, we actually need to set up the delivery before that will recognize the demand. So tools is down here. So these trucks are going to come in this road, and I think I'll have them branch off here and drop off right here. So if we set up a new line from this truck, from that stop up here, we make it kind of that color. And I can't see it unless I go into here. And let's just see what they're doing here. Perfect. They're doing exactly what I wanted. And now we'll have them wait for a full load of tools. Now let's see. I think we have a depot right here. So we can go into our cargo and put maybe 4 vehicles onto this line. That might be too many. But I think that'll work. So this is going to be a truck route, and it's going to be Colchester Tools. Great. And we'll see these trucks coming out here. And now let's see, just make sure that this is showing Colchester's demand. It is. Awesome. And now, 2 things that I also thought that we could do. One is connect Tow Law with Yeovil with a passenger route. And then, in addition to that, we could put a freight train route here, station, and also train tools down here to Tow Law. Which I think would work really nicely. So if I just look at how this area is laid out. So these are our kind of our main roads. This is generally residential, but I think we're going to put in a separate cargo train station rather than use this station for both purposes. Just to kind of change it up. And I think that the way that we're going to do that is we're going to delete out all of this. I'm going to pause really quick so that it doesn't redevelop. And I'm going to actually, let's see where tools need to be delivered. So they need to be delivered down in here somewhere. So a truck stop maybe here would work. Maybe here. So I'm thinking a truck stop there. So where do we want bus roads in here? I'm thinking this would definitely be a good section. This would work. And then if we run buses like this, they'll come down, they could drop and then come back on this road and come up. Yeah, so I'm actually going to switch this truck stop to the other side. So we'll put that there. And now we're going to need a truck station here. Just try and get that nice and close. Build up a little cargo space. Take that out. Put in our one-way road access. And then if we come in here with a connection with no bus lanes, that's going to bend that. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. So now we'll establish a route. It's going to come from here just down to here. And then I actually want it to loop back up. Maybe not, actually, because that's the entrance. So if I put this on the other side, maybe I actually had it right initially. So if I have it delivered there. Yeah, that looks good. And we'll make that teal color. Although there is already a teal color coming in here for a... Make it a blue color. I already have a blue. We'll make it a purple color. And these guys will wait for full load forever. And this will be a truck route. And this is Tow Law. So Tow Law tools. Or no, yeah, tools. And now this is a really short route. So I'm probably only going to put like 2 trucks on it. I think that will be sufficient. Just want to make sure that these guys have high maintenance. They do. And now, let's start this by taking this track out here. Making sure to maintain that top speed. And now if I turn on my terrain view, I'm going to want to punch through right into here. So now if I make sure to use that same tunnel and that same bridge, like that. This is going to be a really interesting route when it's all said and done. And so now what I want to do is I need to figure out how to get my cargo. So if I get a 2-stop cargo station, 240 meters, if I put that in like this, and then I get a track, where can I branch this track in? So if I put this track like this, and then I connect in, yeah, so that stays at 75 miles an hour, so that will work. And now before we leave here, I'm just gonna put in a cross for this to use. And now we'll carry this track right down with the rest of this track. Connect that up. So this is going to be our cargo track running down. And now if we come up here to the tools, we're going to need another terminus cargo station. So if I flip this around, maybe put that in like right there. And now I'm going to come in here with high-speed track for the passenger rail to carry on through. Oh, and that doesn't work because it's terminus. Interesting. Okay, so then we will do a pass-through cargo station. And it will go about there. Okay, this will work. So now if I put the high-speed rail out here, that should be able to clear. Yeah. It will just clear. But that will work, because that is going to connect in up there. Great, so now if we come in here with a roadway, then we connect that in. So now this station is connected. And now let's connect the high-speed rail first. And the reason for that is that I'm more concerned with the speed of the that is a really long tunnel. So if I put that maybe there, and then connect that in, I just think that that tunnel was a bit unrealistically long. I'm a bit more concerned with the speed of the passenger rail than I am the speed of the cargo, because the cargo is maxed out at 75 miles an hour, whereas this has much higher potential top speed that I want to maintain as best as I can. So now we have that. We have a good tunnel. That just doesn't want to snap for some reason. So we'll come in from this side. And we'll get this to snap here. Like that. Alright, so now that's all connected. So now we can bring this track down. And maybe branch off from here. Yep, maintaining 75. And I can actually let the game play now. Now that I've got a lot of this set up. So we'll come in here, and we will build like that. Now, if I had planned this out better, I actually probably could have fit in a... Yeah, could have fit in a rail depot down here. That's okay, though. I can put it in right here like we've done in the past. And now, before I do this, let's just go ahead and get these signals on here. So we need a one-way signal going down like that. And now we're going to put our merge right by that track. And then we'll branch this in. That way I can just put one additional signal before and after. And now that takes us all the way down to here. Probably just add that in and then move this one a little bit down the line. So you just saw we got new buses and new trams. These trams are interesting. They're kind of like long-range trams. They're faster. Their loading speed is not nearly as good as some of the other, trams and buses. So they're not necessarily like the best trams to use like in the city. But if you were gonna run a tram like between two cities, they could actually be really interesting. So now, one thing that this is going to do, and again, I already recorded this episode, and the file got fairly corrupted. But if you look... Hang on one sec. Before we do that, I'm going to edit this line. So I'm going to back out this track. Maybe to about there. And now we're going to edit this station. We'll delete that little cargo platform. And now we'll add in high-speed track and a passenger platform. Now, one thing that's interesting is we have the updated platform decorations, I guess, if you want to call them that. The only thing is I wish there was an easier way to upgrade the whole station to the modern stuff, because as it stands now, you have to rip out the whole station and put in essentially a brand new station. And it's kind of obnoxious to do. So we're just moving this over because that Tetford, I think it's Tetford to Tow Law, the way it is now, is going to run into this platform. And I think I need to come in here and upgrade this to electric. And then we need to come in here, Yeovil to Colchester. So at Yeovil, that's going to go to stop 3. And now that should work. And now we need to just add in our signals. So if I put one there, and then one coming back, and then I just need to get rid of that duplicate. And now that line is fixed. That will work. Now, one thing that we're going to need to do, and I learned this through a lot of tedious effort during my first playthrough. Oh, God. I learned this during the first tedious playthrough, is this is going to do very weird things. Interesting. Like, for some reason, this is a really hard crossing for this game to make. And I'm really not sure why. Like, the terrain is okay. So, like, if I bring it to there, and then we cross over. So we need to get this elevated. And I just need to kind of aim to see where we're going. That will probably work. One way that we could do this is we could actually merge these tracks. So like if I go from there, I still maintain that top speed. You know, and I could kind of run parallel here, and then actually branch off here. And now if we just kind of look to see where we need to go, like if we go to there and then bridge it up, that way we still maintain our navigable waters. And then what I'm actually going to do, just to smooth out this slope a little bit, is I'm going to connect all the way in like that. And we'll go ahead and back this rail out. We're just going to wait for that autosave really quick. Just getting up onto that bridge. Making sure we're using the same bridge, and now we will carry this all the way in there. And now this is going to need a crossover. Like that. And now we'll need to signal back down this line. So that signal carried us all the way to here. That's good. And now we need, again, another set of signals, and I'll probably start these ones down here. So that's going to run all the way down. That's really good spacing to there. And now we can take this Tetford to Tow Law line, and after Tow Law, alright, so what's the issue? Could not connect all stations. So it can't connect up to Yeovil, and I bet that the reason is, I bet this isn't electrified here. So if I go into our tracks, yeah. There we go, and that fixed it. So now that line's going to run all the way up there. It'll stop back in Tow Law after Yeovil, and then go down to Reepham, and then down to Tetford. Perfect. So now we can go ahead and let that run. I'm going to speed it up because we're going to need to add some more trains onto that line. But we also need to establish a line here. So this is going to be a cargo line. Running like that. And we'll make it maybe a pink color. And at Colchester, I want you to wait for a full load. And this is going to be a rail line from Colchester to Tow Law. Tools. And just really quick, I want to see where the trains are on this passenger line so that we can try and get some more on. So there's one here. Where's the next one coming back? It's all the way up here, so I can definitely get another one on right now. So if we kind of get one on right now, and then I'm just going to stop this train for a second. Just to wait for these to kind of spread out a little bit. Get that going. And now it doesn't look like we have a train coming back for a while. They're probably, yep, they're already carrying on up here to Yeovil. Yep, right there. Great. So we can probably get... probably get a bit more spacing between these. So I'm just going to stop that for a second. Let that one get a little bit further ahead. Now maybe start it up. And then once this train gets right around this tunnel, we'll add one more on. In the meantime, I'm going to put in a rail depot. I'll line it up right here, and now we'll take just a regular track, and we'll branch off here, and then branch right in here. And now we'll just need some signals right there. So now we can go ahead and get a diesel train. It's going to be moving tools, so we need boxcars. We'll max out the length, make it that pink color, and put it on that Colchester route. And now let's go back here and see. Yep, so he just passed. So I'm just going to pause this real quick. We're going to get another vehicle on there. Another train. Perfect. And now if we check out the frequency of this line, it's 4 minutes. I'd probably like to get one more train on that line, because you can see that there still isn't one on its way back. First one on its way back is all the way up here. So I really want to get one more on that line. You can see this guy's leaving now. So maybe when he gets about here, we'll add one more on. This line's going to be super expensive to run. Yeah, it's easily losing us the most money. But if we look into our gaining lines, that we have some cargo lines that just make us obscene amounts of money. So yeah, I'll get one more, and then we gotta call it there. These lines are just not that, they're not that in demand. But okay, so now one line that I did want to get another train on would be this tools line. So we can do that now, because he's all the way down here. This has a ton of timber. How many tools is this guy going to take? Wow, a whole 11. Nice. And interestingly enough, this guy did not pick up a full set of planks. This is kind of getting starved for lumber. It does have a full load of lumber coming in from the ship and from this train. So it's probably okay for now. How much lumber is on this platform? We could honestly get a third lumber train on here. Just to get this producing at an even higher rate. So to do that, I'm going to stop this train. And then when this train gets, where's halfway? About here, I'm going to add another one on. That way, we just have a bit more capacity on that lumber line. So maybe about now. And now I can unpause this train and let him run. And you can see this is just blowing through the lumber. How's this doing for tools? So these guys are just waiting now. Is this guy loading up with tools? Yep, he's got nearly a full load. That's a ton. But considering how infrequently, I guess 4, we'll see how that works. 4 might be overkill. for this route. Maybe. One thing that I did want to do, so we got those upgraded buses at the beginning of this episode, so I think we'll go ahead and use them on this line. On these several lines, just because these are super popular. So I think that they definitely deserve, you know, they're a bit faster, bit higher capacity, better loading speed. Like, how well are these lines doing? So this has 216 out of 253. This has 110 out of 161, and this has about 120 out of 184. That's really good. Like, if we go in here and we go to buses, so this is one of them. It's making us money. So if we go to our highest earners, the Colchester Airport route is making us a ton of money. The South Hall Airport route is making us good money, and so is the Low. So these can definitely take the better buses. How are these planes doing? Just saw a plane leave. Let's see if I can grab it. See how many people it's got on it. 33. That's not bad. That's more than the Boeing, what was it, 737 could take, so I'll take that for sure. How are these passenger routes doing? Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Yeah, they're doing fine. I mean, if we go into this route, it's got a 7-minute frequency, which is not great. I imagine this route is probably losing us. Yeah, it's losing us a lot of money. South Hall to Droitwich Steel. Interesting. This is just not getting enough iron. Can we fit another iron train on here? Yeah, we probably can. So to make that happen, I'll start this back up. Just trying to think of how I want these spaced out. And now if we come into this iron and we get another train on there. These as big as they can be? Yeah, they are. Yeah. I think that's pretty good spacing for iron, because that's what's limiting us right now. That's why these aren't getting full loads of iron shipped over here for the goods. And now where is this delivering goods? Only to Sutton. So one thing that we had discussed was delivering goods up here to Hayward's Heath. Is there anywhere else on the plane route that would take goods? Not really. Yeah, not really. So I think we're in the clear to deliver some goods up here to Hayward's Heath. So let's just figure out where these goods are and how that lines up with our roadway network. So we've got high capacity road here, and it comes right up here to where the goods are. So if I put a stop here, they'll come in, they'll take a left, they'll drop the goods, and then they should leave pretty easily. So I'm going to try and get some bus lanes just running up like that. And now we need to figure out how to connect these up. So one thing that we could do is just truck them. Honestly, that's probably going to be our best bet. And we've got this road that's running up here. That's really steep. Trying to think of what else we could do. Can we get a tunnel through here? I don't really want to do that. Look at how this city is developing. That's crazy. I mean, it's awesome, but it's crazy. So let me see. If I take this and tunnel it through like that. Maybe like that. With no buses. That could work. And then I'm going to get rid of this road because it's just in the way. And now if we take this out, we'll wind it around here. I want to take it to kind of the shortest point here that we can bridge over. We don't need to maintain navigable waters, but I think I'm going to just for the aesthetic. Maybe we'll make this like a blue bridge. And now if I punch this up here and then curve it in, make this brush a little bit smaller and smooth this all out. And now we need to connect up this road. So if we curve it around here and curve it in, and then we'll smooth out this road just like that. Smooth it out right up into there and smooth it out there. This is going to be a really long delivery, so I'm going to go on to here. I'm going to add another stop. And now if we add a line, we'll make it maybe dark blue. It'll go to platform 3. And now I want it to drop off at this truck stop. So how is it going to do that? Okay, so it's going to use this. It's going to use truck lanes. I'm just going to flip this to the other side. Like that. Yeah. That looks really good, actually. That should be a really good drop-off. Perfect. Now, one thing that we do need to think about is that we just created a connection for passengers. And we're really going to need to see, you know, is that going to screw up all of our traffic? I might get 6 on there just because it's such a long route. We'll see how that operates. And then this is going to be a truck route from Droitwich to Hayward's Goods. Pretty sure this is Hayward's right here. Yeah, Hayward's Heath. And now this should start to ship goods to Hayward's. Perfect. Plastic is actually our limiting factor now. Yeah, this has a ton of plastic waiting. So why don't we actually double the number of vehicles on this line? And I actually want to get these high maintenance just because they're now running pretty much right through Droitwich. So plastic is actually our limiting factor. It's not steel. I was mistaken. So hopefully that will, you know, improve our plastic delivery. And I actually might let this run for a second just to clear these out a little bit and then get a few more vehicles on that line. This will be really good when we get the upgraded, you know, trucks. Let's see. Okay, so this could actually use a few more vehicles on this grain line. So maybe we'll put 4 more. Yeah, because there's plenty of grain up here. Now let's go ahead and get maybe 4 more on that plastic line. then maybe 4 more on that grain line. Just flooding these lines with trucks. Make sure that these have the high maintenance. Yeah. Just flooding the lines with trucks to try and keep up. This is the Droitwich Machines delivery. And we need more plastic to be delivered. So, I don't know. We'll see how that functions and whether we actually get any vehicles. So I forgot to set this. Wait for a full load forever. Not a huge number of goods, and it really is just the plastic. Plastic is not being delivered fast enough, and this isn't getting enough grain either. So hopefully these trucks will spread out a little bit. Might even give them a few more. Quick autosave. I think I'm even going to give him a few more trucks. Just so that functions a little bit better. One line that I really would love to get going, but I just don't think it's worth it, is this ferry line. It's moving a good amount of people. I think if it had a higher frequency, that might help. You can see this is getting plenty of iron now. Not that it really matters, as we just discovered. You know, a higher frequency. If we go into our shipping here and we go on this line, the running costs for this are $325. 284. $246. 189. I mean, that's a lot better for the Klondike. Yeah, we'll get one more. We'll get one more, and we'll see how this runs. So what's the frequency now? 5 minutes? Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully that starts to work a little bit better. We do have I mean, there are a good number of passengers on here. They're just not, you know, it's just not taking off. It's kind of similar to like this plane line that we started early on. But like these plane lines are now doing really well. Losing 14 million total. Really well. No, I mean, they're doing fine. I don't know. It's just a game. We're making plenty of money. I feel like I say we're making plenty of money every time I then rationalize spending an obscene amount of money on something. It's probably not going to be profitable. Okay, so let's try and figure out what's going on with this traffic. One thing that I noticed, this road's gotta go. I want the traffic to be forced onto this road. And then this needs to be spun around so that it's not loading onto... this main road. Another thing, if we kind of track this traffic, this road could be upgraded. So we'll upgrade this without bus lanes for a bit higher capacity. And now what else do we want to do? I want to create a circulator in southern Sutton, I guess if you want to call it that. And to do so, I think the best way to do it is going to be to take a road. We're going to back out a lot of what's going on here. We're going to take a road straight across here. Like that. Let's just make this as low as we can get it. It's right there. And now where is our circulator going to be? So I'm actually going to take out all of that. And And I'm going to put in a road with bus lanes coming through here. We just got a new commuter train. That's a really good commuter train. I really want this to be nice and square. And then we're going to upgrade this road as well as this road. Probably all the way to about here. And now we're going to delete this road and all of that. And the reason is that we're going to use this road to come back. So now if we upgrade this, this is going to be our circulator. So we'll upgrade all of this with bus lanes. And now, honestly, that's probably pretty good. It can circulate back up into here. I think. Is that what I want it to do? Yeah. I think that'll work. So now, we're going to put some bus stops opposite these. So opposite that, and then opposite that. And then we just want to make sure that that didn't mess up the lines at all. It didn't. So now we're going to have buses come down in here. So we're going to want a bus stop. Maybe here. One on the end. One coming back. They're going to come up here. We'll put a stop here. We'll put a stop here because I'm going to make this connection. So now if we go into our buildings, that's got some good catchment area. We'll put a stop here, and then we'll put a stop right here. So this is going to be a pretty long circulator. So it's going to hit those three. It's going to hit this. It's going to hit this. And now it's going to come down and hit these stops. We'll make this a dark purple. So that's going to be our circulator. Great. And this is going to be a bus route. And it's going to be Sutton Bus 1. And just notice how different this circulator is compared to Sturbridge's second circulator, which is so much cleaner. So let's go on here now and let's get some buses. I'm not going to use these Duvadecs, but I think I am going to use these purely for the... Do I need the capacity? No, maybe I'll go with the cheaper ones for now. Yeah, I'll go with the cheaper ones for now, until it shows me that it needs the capacity. And now we need to fix this. This just has to be fixed. So the way I'm going to fix it, I'm going to delete all of this. I'm probably going to delete this. I'm going to downgrade this just back to a regular 2-lane road. And now I'm actually going to upgrade this to a 4-lane with buses. And then I'm going to delete out all of this. Delete this all the way back. Before we do that, I'm going to put in a straight road right here. I don't love how that dips, so I'm going to actually come in here and flatten out a pretty sizable area. then I'll extend this out just like that. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to get a road back in here with no bus lanes. I'm going to get a road in here with no bus lanes. You can see that I just didn't go quite far enough. So what I think I'm going to do is fit this road in first. And I know that there was a road in here before, so I know it has to fit. Just tee these in, and then I'll delete the little scraps. Great. So now we're going to connect this in like this. And now we need to connect this road in to right here. So this is going to curve around. Autosave. I'm going to pull this straight out. Curve it over. And then curve that in. And now this road is going to come straight. And then tunnel through. Just like that. Let's get that nice and straight. Now, can I curve this in? So that works, and that's not a terrible slope. And now I just need to back this out a little bit. Connect that in so that we have a bit nicer of a slope. Now I just want to smooth all of this out that I've done so far. Okay, and now we need to figure out what we want to do over here. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to curve this over here, curve this up here, and then we will curve that in. That didn't quite work. And now this will connect in right here. This could honestly be downgraded. It's still connected, and it doesn't... It doesn't need bus lanes either. Okay, so now that's connected. I'm just going to smooth this out. And now if we look at our lines, they all function. And what I'm going to do is, at this point, this is going to upgrade to a 6-lane road. Just like that. And now I honestly might keep 6 lanes going all the way. What is the collision? I think it's with that. So if I just delete that, get this running again. Yep. So I can upgrade that, and now we just need to put that depot back in. So I could put it in... Put it in like right there. That'll work. So now we've got huge capacity going in there. And you're probably wondering why I put bus lanes. One of the reasons is we have cargo being delivered. And I don't want the cargo to get hung up. The other reason is I want to interchange here. I'm trying to think of the way that I want to do it. So if I let's just see what this does. So if I make a new line from this station to this station, like that. I'm gonna make it maybe a yellow color. That's fine. I like that. Down here, I think we can fix this by just putting in, kind of helping the city build out a little bit. And we'll just put in a block right here. Like that. And let's see. Okay, so it wants to do that now. What if I have you go here? So after this station, what if I have you go like that? Yeah, that'll work. So this is going to be a bus route from Sturbridge to Sutton. Bus route. And let's look at our passenger vehicles. And I'm just curious. I want to look at these new trams. So these go 43 miles an hour, which is actually really slow compared to the buses. So we're going to get buses. I was thinking of maybe doing a tram route. We're going to go with the 56, so we're going to go with the Duvedec just because it goes 56 as opposed to 50, just a little bit faster. I'll get 3 on this end. And then I'll pause really quick, and I'm going to come down to this depot and get 3 also, just so that they're a little bit spread out. They're starting on either end of the line. And now if we go on to this line, it should have 6 buses, all with high maintenance. Perfect. And hopefully that will relieve some of the traffic that's happening on this road. By implementing those buses. What is the frequency of this line? 106 seconds. That's not terrible. It's not great. It's not terrible. I think this probably needs a couple more trucks, just while I'm looking at it. This one definitely needs more. Alright guys, I think this is bringing us to the end of the episode. We got a lot done. Hopefully this kind of sorts out some of the traffic in here. You can see there's still a huge backup. But that's really because it's all being funneled down right here. We still have a lot of work to do. There's still a ton to do on this map, so there will be plenty of episodes to come. I'm having a great time making this series. I really appreciate you guys watching the videos. I hope you're enjoying them. If you are, definitely like and comment. Give me some feedback of anything you want me to work on, try out differently. And if you like the videos and you want to see more, definitely subscribe to the channel. So thank you again very much. And until the next time, have a great day. Thanks.